Untumi is in town. Thank you. So we are quite behind time. Sharp. Shall we be on our feet, please? We shall remain standing whilst we do the Canadian national anthem.
Come
Thank you very much. Hey! So what would the air boba? Hey! If you don't understand, you don't understand. But if you understand, you understand. It is a movement. Hey! He is my home constituency chairman, regional chairman. See, he went to Prempeh College. Hey! Morade! Aha. Shall we put our hands together for the one and only, Chairman Untumi? You see, ne hon sam ye bebere am obi apeso oka bi. Yenyan heya. MPP Oseye. MPP Canada Oseye. MPP MPP Thank you. And I'm supposed to speak English, but the way you are chairperson has spoke, I want to withdraw my English. I have been advised by General Secretary Tampoli. Tell somebody behind you, tell him we are winning 2024 elections. Tell him we are winning the 2024 elections. It's non-negotiable. We are winning. We are winning the elections. We are winning. We are winning the elections. Let me tell you, Canada, our leader, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, and our flag bearer, he has a vision and he has a plan for Ghana. He has a vision for us to win the election 2024. At the moment, yesterday and today, I had the opportunity to drive all or some of the major roads of Canada. And I have seen a lot of development in Canada. And I can say that when His Excellency, the Vice President, became the President of the Republic of Ghana, all our roads, we are going to challenge the Canada. We are going to challenge them. All our roads is going to be tied. You see, our leader, 4 days ago, I was with the president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. This is what he told me. He said, in MPP now, nobody is powerful than our vice president, the leader of MPP, and our flag bearer. He said since from 1992, nobody has had 3 important positions like this. So he is going to use it for us to break the 8. All this power he has consolidated. He is going to use this power for us to win the 2024 elections. If all this will be possible, we will need your help. You have to call somebody for somebody to call somebody at home. You see, since from the COVID time, 2020, Ukraine and the Russia war, we all aware that the whole world has changed. But sometimes, the way our opponents are propagating, telling people that it's only Ghana that has facing the problem is not true. Ghana is better. Ghana, we have peace. Ghana, we have peace and we have jobs for the boys. And I'm going to tell everybody that we are going to work hard and win Power 2025 so that all our youth can get jobs from 2025 upwards. May God bless Canada. May God bless Canada. You are 32 years you are celebrating. May God use it to bring power to MPP. And we are going to work hard. In Ghana, we are going to work hard. But remember, you are called to Ghana also is very important. Because a lot of people are depending on you, the money you send at home. All of you have houses in a home. So call them. That is only one political party. It's the only MPP who can bring good policies and good programs. You remember National Health Insurance, do you remember? Do you remember one district, one factory, do you remember? Are you aware of Agenda 111? You know? And I'm telling you, do you know almighty free education? Do you know that now in Ghana, your country, my country, our country, now all the students are benefiting from free laptops? Are you aware? No country can develop without one political party will stay in power for long. So the MPP, we should work hard to break the eight so that our country can compete Canada. May God bless you all. I love you. I love you. I love you all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey! Hey! Morano or down. Hey! Some catchers say, I'm chairman. krache wa ha. Yɛwɔ abusua krache wa ha. I want to specially invite, and it's an honor for me to invite the General Secretary of MPP. I said, you drew a crash for Breno, no matter me bo. Fansa kesiye bo mama, the JFK of Ghana politics. Abrantie, abusian crash.
Thank you, MC. In fact, we needed the Adua dance because after Chairman Untumi has charged the room, we needed some people to come and calm the tempo for us. And Chairman Untumi has been very consistent. Anytime that he says he will speak Twi, he speaks English. The chairman, next time, no, remember what English, so no, say be able to Twi ni mum, e dey amaye. Your Excellency, our Vice President, the second gentleman of Ghana, the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, the leader of the New Patriotic Party, and inshallah, 13th December, the president-elect of Ghana. And January 7th, President of Ghana 2025. Our High Commissioner, Ministers of State, Madam Chairperson, Regional Chairman, Ashanti Region, National Officer here, Director of External Affairs, my senior, the former General Secretary of our party, Mr. Kwabena Ajay Japan. We need to clap for him. He was one of the astute personalities who contested with our vice president in our party's presidential primaries. And I can say, after the contest, everywhere the vice president has been to, everywhere vice president has gone to, he has always been with him. This evening, my work is very simple. As I indicated, the party went through presidential primaries successfully, and we elected our presidential candidate for the 2024 elections. Again, the party has been able to hold its internal parliamentary primaries in all the 276 constituencies. It was done peacefully. We are going to our elections in 2024. I know this is a town hall engagement, and the reason why we are here is to listen to the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, to listen to his vision, to listen to the good message he has for Canada and the good people of Ghana. Ya eshie mu ha nyina no, ye obusuafo of Ghana. Bosome ye mu bu ha, ya first kan kofia, ye nwua mu ebusuafo mu ndidi. Enti ensema ye beka. Enam se yedi bibi kofia de bo afie no, ye kan omutie. In 2024 elections, Ghanaians are going to the polls. Na ye kwa to aba no, asema ye se ye ka che ebusuafo, na se asema ye se nyina tie ase ne se nipa mienu ene di kan wa kansi mu. Iwa Bawumia ene ba ko kan. Choboy. Nsi ye Bawumia ene ba ko kan ho. Ne kura woman said, there is a saying that in elections, you vote for someone that you can hold accountable. You try about more be a say be bit masonumu, see ya try mama until you do mama. And how do you make a person accountable? the person can only be accountable to you when he knows that he will come back to you again. Pastor Meboa. Say, oh, 12 mame, now me say in fear 9, mesa ba ho bi ma. Sabi, adwuma bi a me ye bia no, me dwon ho say me yire mo ho na me ye ni ye a, be sa ba mo no beto aba mame boa. Na sabi, say me so 12 mame, na me nsa ba ho bi ma. Me nsa nko election bi a, can you hold me accountable? Those are some of the things that should be running through our minds. Said 2024 about to know. We have a candidate, if by God's grace and by God's grace when he wins, Obesa Bagana for who be in 2028. And yes, our candidate we are in a likely event to now on some baby. So in 2015, we had a president in Ghana. And in the heat of demonstration and strikes, journalist Foshiano Ebusani said, demonstration air koso, strikes air koso, or my penny when he saying. Also, on who demonstration air who see what I know, Janfunu, to a more crowd on some farm. And this was a person who was seeking for re-elections. And he made that statement. Imagine that the person becomes a president. I want some called election beam. And no one know Janfunu. Or baby before. That is why we are pleading with you. We know Ghana, just like any other countries, have gone through tribulations. You have had challenges. You may say buy or manna your heaven, you be a year. Sebi, Amomo, it is our warrior. There are good times, there are bad times, there are ups and downs. But oh warrior, warrior ma or dachi. Say unim say ene kra ho kire ba e kina no obedu baby a obeboa. And that is the person of Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. If he said, I throw challenge to all of us here, and even to end this. Say from 1992, you started say year Tuaba under the Fourth Republican Constitution. We have never had a vice president. 1 year Juma Ninsano Betimaka say we esi Yura Bawumia. What the Mombo Bako? I bet Maka say vice president to in our pencil. Or my penny year Juma, no so year Juma. Digitization and there say koso. So imagine, say, even as vice president, I was Sumubi. How much more when he becomes the president? That is when he will also be implementing his own vision. And I can assure you that the person I'm coming to introduce to you, the person that I'm marketing to you, say, see, you're doing a Dutch. Your person man konanim, no man see ya, or no any see bush for casa. Say empo a hotchen a reason baby no in ya kwa hochim. Canada, Penifua Moha in 2017, it busam gas any for boy in 2017. Now me say busam na bohu difference room. Bed 100% me boa. Ye can't rent now mutual 2017. And then but a difference in them. And Sebi, a hot shed ye, if we are safa and then a coso. But won't mean now what shall so and find young from so and go to a bar a best how. Now, Debiano, when I go on my knees, I thank God that in the midst of all this tribulation, we have MPP as government. Had it not been for MPP and the war, and I can COVID a buyer. Yet now, for almost 4 to 6 years, do so. Satan not COVID new ho, Satan not problem be any ho. And then Ghana under Ira Kufuado and Ira Bawumia for 7 years, omo man kanya continuously. Nanu ya kanya ne started sell bonani. Enu kwa ndu 3 months o. But na Ghana for I started complaining. But I can tell you say yetima asa solve kanya problem e Ghana. So I can also assure you say no matter the trouble, no matter the challenges, we still have the competent people to turn things around in the country. The challenge is beba. We are going, heaven knows where we are going. We know we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know we will. It's gonna be hard, we know. And the road will be muddy and rough, but we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there. We know. With a standing ovation, let's welcome the incoming president of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Most appreciated. Please have a seat. Thank you very much. Our Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and MP for Mampong, Deputy Minister for Transport and MP for Gushegu, the High Commissioner from Ghana to Canada, our General Secretary, our Chairman of MPP in the Ashanti region, the Chairperson of MPP Canada, the President of the GCA, Nananom, our chiefs from the Zongo and our imams, distinguished clergy here present, fellow Ghanaians, as my boss will say, I am so happy to be here in Toronto today and to be amongst you this evening. I arrived this morning and I've been engaged in a series of meetings. And I'm here on the occasion of the 32nd anniversary of MPP Canada. It is an important anniversary and you have done a lot. Please give yourselves a clap offering. I came also at the same time to the United States to commemorate the 30th anniversary of MPP USA. And so when Vicky came to my office in Accra and said to me that you would like for me to be here as you celebrated this particular anniversary, I thought that it was very important that I honor the transformation of the economy was one that we were, as I said, looking to position Ghana in a place that we will be full participants in the fourth industrial revolution. Africa and Ghana missed the first industrial revolution, the second and the third. And so we said we are not going to miss the fourth industrial revolution. So the president gave me a special task to focus on bringing Ghana forward into the modern digital age. And so I have been really pushing this, our dear country, in the direction of the digital age and preparing for the fourth industrial revolution, I came to the conclusion, way before we came into government, I published a book in 2010, and that book was on Africa and our development challenges. The conclusion of that book in 2010, before we came into office, the final conclusion, the final paragraphs in the book was a conclusion that said that Africa, we need to digitalize if we want to be competitive. The economy of the world is going in a digital direction, which means you need data, you need systems. Systems is what will get us forward, not, just manual approaches to things and who you know. So I've been pushing this transformation agenda, and when we came into office, it was an opportunity to put things into practice. So we started off with the Ghana card and the issuance of the Ghana card, which President Kufuor had passed the law in 2008, but not much had been done about it. Since we've been in office, we've issued the Ghana card for 17.6 million adults, almost 90% of our adults Ghanaians. And that is very major because it's providing a unique identity, digital identity. Your fingerprints, your iris is all there. Nobody can change their age. No more football age, or normal age, or pension, SNIT age, or whatever. We now have a single source of truth. And that is very, very important. That with the Ghana card, we are able to use it to check corruption, especially in the area of ghost names. Ghost names has been a challenge for us since independence because people were appearing on payroll and not actually doing the work. So I decided that we have to make sure everyone on public sector payroll has a Ghana card ID. Because the Ghana card ID means you must have fingerprints, but ghosts don't have fingerprints. So immediately we asked for that linkage between the Ghana card and the workers. The ghosts ran away. They ran away. When we looked at National Service Scheme, we had 44,000 ghosts. 44,000. We saved 400 million Ghana cedis a year from just National Service. We looked at SNIT, there were 19,000 ghost pensioners. Over 300 million Ghana cedis. Two institutions alone, 700 million. So we have been able to clean the Controller and Accountant General payroll and all other payroll just to make sure you don't have the ghost workers in operation. And we are saving a lot of money as a result. Today, we have now completed the work on making sure babies are issued with the Ghana card ID. Many, as you know, here in Canada, when the baby is born, you get your insurance number and all of that, right? In Ghana, it was a big problem. How do you get a unique ID? There was no unique ID. Even applying for a birth certificate was a problem. And so we have integrated the database of the National Identification Authority, the Ghana Health Service, and the Births and Deaths Registry. So today, if a child is born in Ghana, any hospital, and you take the child for weigh-in, we say you go for weigh-in because by that time they would have done the outdooring for the child. Now you take the child for weigh-in. At weigh-in, we will give the child the Ghana card number and birth certificate number at the same time. And that is working now. And this year also, we are going into the schools because now we are taking care of the babies. There's a missing middle between the 6 and the 15-year-olds who are in school. So we are going to issue Ghana card IDs to all in school so that we have 100% of the population covered. And that is really going to be very, very interesting. We have also made sure that our Ghana card is ICAO certified. We went through the processes. We came to Montreal. The High Commissioner, our ambassador, led the team that went to the ICAO headquarters in Montreal. And Ghana went through, our Ghana card went through all the tests, and it's now an ICAO certified travel card. So where we are, if someone from Ghana travels outside and loses their passport, they can take their Ghana card and board a plane and get back to Ghana. It will be accepted by the airports all over the world. It doesn't mean that you can take the Ghana card and travel out of Ghana. We haven't gotten there yet, but you can travel to Ghana from outside. I want to let you know that the National Identification Authority is getting ready to come out and start the issuance of the Ghana cards to the diasporans like you here. So it is going to be something that we are doing. Now, we've also made the Ghana card number your tax identification number. When we came into office, only 4% of the adult population, 4% had tax identification numbers. 4%. So if it means that 96% did not have. So the tax authorities couldn't even chase you. But we made a decision and said that the Ghana card number should be the tax identification number. Immediately we did that, the ratio of people with tax identification numbers went up from 4% to 85%. So now 85% of adults have tax identification numbers. The Ghana card is also your SNIT number. It's also your national health insurance number. We have linked it to your SIM card. We have linked it to your bank account. We're linking it to your driver's license. It's going to be linked across all of the databases. So whatever you do, your Ghana card will be needed. And so we can see everybody's profile across the databases, and we are really integrating that. We have implemented a digital address system in Ghana. We are only the second country in the world to have a fully wholesale digital address system, which we are leveraging on GPS to do. Only the second country in the world to do so. And so today in Ghana, you can find everywhere, whether it's even on water or on land. Once you get the digital address, you can go there. And so we no longer have to rely on the watches seller or the blue house on the left and so on to get to places. So we are fully got digital addresses, and whether you live in Nima or Agbogloshi or East Legon, you all have a digital address. Everybody is included in the whole thing. We also had a problem where many of our people did not have bank accounts. So I proposed mobile money interoperability. You all knew that if you had MTN, you couldn't send money to Vodafone or Airtel Tigo. It had to go to people of the same network. And if you had a Momo account, you couldn't transfer money to a bank account. So I proposed a mobile money interoperability, which would make sure you could send money within the telcos and between the telcos and the banks as well. And we accomplished mobile money interoperability, and now you can do exactly that. And Ghana is the first country in the whole of Africa to do mobile money interoperability of this nature, the whole of Africa. And that has practically given bank accounts to over 90% of our adults, because your Momo account practically functions like a bank account. You can receive money, even remittances that you send to your relatives in Ghana, it now lands on their mobile phone. They no longer have to go to Western Union to queue, and at any time of day or night they can get their money. And Ghana now is the fastest growing mobile money market in Africa because of what we've done. Fastest growing. When we came into office, mobile money transactions total 78 billion. Today is now 1.9 trillion. From 78 billion, 23-fold increase. 1.78 to 1.9 trillion. So you've seen, and Ghana has obtained the status as #1 in Africa in the area of financial inclusion. We are now the leading country in the whole of Africa, so that everybody is included because of what we've done with mobile money interoperability. We also introduce drones using artificial intelligence to deliver medicines, to deliver blood, to deliver vaccines to our remote areas. The idea of drones came for me as a result of a personal experience. My father had an operation in Tamale Teaching Hospital, and in the middle of the night he was losing blood, and we were looking for blood. The blood bank was locked. The person who was manning it had gone home, and we were trying to find him. We couldn't find him. We tried all sorts of numbers. We couldn't find him. Unfortunately, by the morning, my father had passed away. And so when I heard about zipline drone technology working out of San Francisco, was new technology that had come, I said, if this technology was there, my father would have been alive. We could have gotten blood delivered at the time. But yes, my father is not alive, but we could save many other lives in Ghana. So I put a team together, and we got up and went to San Francisco. And I met Zipline and told them to come to Ghana and gave them the reasons why I thought they needed to be in Ghana. We needed the technology. They've been in Ghana. They've set up 6 drone centers, 6. And each of those drone centers is flying about 100 flights a day to deliver medicines, blood, vaccines. In fact, during COVID, it was a lifesaver. We had not anticipated COVID, but when it came, the vaccines and the distribution. So today, Ghana is the largest medical drone delivery service in the world, the whole world. The whole world. Ghana is the largest medical drone delivery service. And what is even more remarkable is that all the staff of the drone centers, they are 100% manned by Ghanaians. 100%. Young men and women, brilliant, just graduates out of school. And recently, the company in San Francisco came and hired a Ghanaian to go and lead a team in San Francisco on drone flight operations. So we are at the cutting edge of that technology, and we are the largest in the world. Today, our citizens are also able to renew and enroll in national health insurance sitting at home. You don't have to go and queue anymore. You're able to buy electricity sitting at home. Even from Canada, you can buy electricity from your home in Ghana, right sitting here in Toronto. You can top up your electricity in Accra. What other thing we have done, and I think this is very important, is that we are networking all our hospitals. We are networking and digitalizing all the patient records in our hospitals. So today, we have completed for all the teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, all the district hospitals. We've networked and digitalized the patient data in all of these. So in these hospitals, you no longer need to go and ask for your folder. Usually they will tell you your folder is missing. But now, if you go to the hospital, you give them your ID number, they will press it in and your medical records would appear. And that is what we are doing. And so if they transfer you from Nkrankwanta to Kolebu Hospital. You don't need to take the folder to Kolebu. Just get to Kolebu and say, this is my ID. The doctors will put it in, and all your medical records would appear in Kolebu, and they will deal with you. So by next year, we would have finished for all clinics, all CHIPS compounds, and so on, and we are moving. One other major development that we have done is something which is very important for the economy. That did not exist before. And we are going to be launching it very, very soon, in the next couple of months. But the work is done, so I want to talk about it. What differentiates the developed countries from our countries like Ghana and many other African countries is that there is a working credit system in the developed countries. So when they pay you $1,000, the credit system allows you to spend up to $10,000, isn't it? Everybody has an individual credit score, isn't it? Everybody has. So if you're a bad borrower, your credit score is poor. If you're a good borrower, it's good. And so the assessment by providers of credit will really go through the credit scoring and decide whether to give you credit or not. This is what underpins the credit system. But this is what we did not have in Ghana. So nobody was prepared to give you credit except at very high interest rates. It's because everybody was assumed to be a bad borrower. And so we started looking at this whole issue, and we started making sure, because we didn't have the database and the systems, but now we have a unique ID. We have that ID linked to your bank account, linked to your SNIT, linked to your DVLA, and all of that, your health, all the key records. And so the credit reference agencies, and now also the mobile money, your SIM card is also linked to your Ghana card ID. So now Ghana, our country, our dear motherland, Ghana is now ready in a few months' time to begin individual credit scoring and therefore a credit system in Ghana. So we will launch it not long, but that means that anybody pretty much with a Ghana card, you can check your credit score. And the financial institutions and so on will be providing credit score, using that credit score to determine whether they will give you. That's a big game changer for us. It's something that we haven't had. We will be the second country in Africa, in sub-Saharan Africa, after South Africa, to have individual credit scoring in Ghana. We'll be the second country. So that is really what I want to touch on in the area of the things that we have done to try to move Ghana into the digital age, into the fourth industrial revolution. There's a lot more that we are going to do, and I might touch on one or two of them because of what we have done. But the point I want to make is that as vice president, I have been able to champion and initiate over 30 policies that I can list as vice president. In fact, 33 policies, as I counted. Recently was the Kayaye hostels that we did for the Kayaye. 33 policies. My opponent in this election cannot list one. One, a single policy that he has been able to bring up as vice president. One policy. So the score line currently is 33-0. It is 33-0. So we have a long way to go for him. So now the other reason why I want you to support me in my bid for the presidency is the vision that I have for Ghana. What I want Ghana to do. I'm a believer that with God all things are possible. It is possible. I believe that Ghana can be an advanced country. I have demonstrated that we can do even better than the advanced countries if we put our minds to it and work hard. I'm not intimidated by technology. I use technology to help our people. And so this is the direction I want to move Ghana into, to really believe in ourselves, to take Ghana on the journey of possibilities. A lot of the things that we have done, many people thought we couldn't do it, but we have done it. We've made it possible, but we can do more. I want us to focus on agriculture. Agriculture is a major area that we can do a lot more in if we move into commercial, mechanized, and irrigation-driven agriculture. That is a big, big area where we can, increase output and bring in a lot of technology, satellite technology, sensors, irrigation, all the chemicals, the inputs, and so on. So agriculture is definitely one area I want us to focus on, to increase output and reduce food prices. The second area I want us to focus on is to bring down the cost of electricity by less reliance on fuel-generated power and more reliance on solar power. I want to move Ghana into solar power generation. Solar power generation, I want Ghana in the next 4 years to add 2,000 megawatts of solar power. That is more than half our consumption. And if we do that and we add Akosombo to it, then we will really be relying more on the renewables. And that will really dramatically bring down the cost of power. And this is where we want to do. But I just don't want to say we are going solar and wherefore we want to import solar panels. No, I want us to manufacture solar panels in Ghana. We are not going to import them. The technology exists. We'll set up the factory. Because when you are doing 2,000 megawatts, that's a lot of solar panels. It's better for you to manufacture them yourselves, and then you can export to the sub-region, and we will become a hub. In terms of public transport, I want Ghana to move away from fuel-driven public transportation to electric vehicles. We are moving into electric vehicles. That will reduce the cost of transport for our people. Today, if something happens in the Middle East, fuel prices go up and our people have to face higher prices of transport. But if we bring in electric vehicles, which we are going to do, the cost of transport will reduce by at least 40%. And that is going to be big. And so we are bringing in, we are trying to bring in 200 buses this year for proof of concept, so that the public will see that, in fact, if we go electric, the cost of transport will come down. And this is what we are doing in this area. I also want us to reduce government expenditure. I want us to do smart spending. So far, government tries to do everything. But I believe in the private sector. I believe that if government leverages on the private sector, we can do even much more. Why do I say this? I've led the digitalization in Ghana so far. But we've been successful in the digitalization because it's the private sector that has led it. It's not the public sector. They have spent the money. Ghana Card is a private sector that has led it. Digital address, the same thing. E-pharmacy, the same thing. Ghana.gov, the same thing. Private people, if there is an incentive, they will spend the money and you will get the benefit. And so I want us to reduce government expenditure so that if it is about building dormitories or hostels or whatever, tell the private sector, if you build it, we will rent it from you. They will build it, and we will rent it from you, and then we will be able to to get that. So once we do that, you want to buy buses, why go and pay cash for all the buses? Lease the buses and pay a little over time and get everybody to have the buses. So you don't need to go and pay cash and not be able to buy buses, and you're waiting to accumulate all the cash before you buy. But you don't need to do that. Let's think in the terms of credit and allow the private sector to help us. The next major reform I want to bring into Ghana is our tax system. Our tax system needs reform. What we have had is a system that is burdensome to businesses and burdensome to individuals. It isn't transparent, and people don't understand it. So I want to bring in a very transparent tax system and one that makes compliance easy. I studied tax systems across the world, and I realized that the number one tax competitive country in the world is Estonia. Estonia has been number one for the last 10 years in a row. So I wanted to know what they were doing right. So I took a team and we went to Estonia and had meetings with them. They are doing a flat tax system, very simple, easy to collect, for everybody to understand. And that is the system I want to bring into Ghana. A flat tax system for everybody. Very easy for us to do. And because I want us all to start from a clean slate, a fresh slate, a clean page, in 2025, I'm going to introduce a tax amnesty for all businesses and individuals, and we will all start on the same page. When I went to the Vatican to visit the Pope and seek audience with him a few weeks ago, Cardinal Peter Turkson was taking me through the Basilica in the Vatican and explaining to me different parts of it. I saw some people working, and I said, Cardinal, what are they doing? He said, oh, we are making preparations for Jubilee year, next year. I said, Jubilee year? I said, yes, it's the year where there is forgiveness for everybody. I said, oh, that is good. Jubilee year is 2025. I'm also going to forgive taxes in Ghana, and we will move forward. The second part of the taxes I want to reform is on import duty. The import duty is a major it's a major problem. Our import duty regime sometimes is not explicable or understandable. Sometimes you think you are bringing in something and you are going to pay 1,000 cedis. The thing arrives and they say it's 1,500 cedis. You are not able to pay, they confiscate it and sell it for 200. Isn't that the case? So I want a much more simple and transparent import duty regime. There are two things that I want to introduce. The first is to move towards flat taxes in cities on import duties. In cities. Flat taxes in cities. So if you are a spare parts dealer and you are bringing in a 40-foot container of spare parts, then you know that this 40-foot container, for example, is 20,000 cedis. That is the price. That is the duty. So when it arrives, it's 20,000 cedis. There's no kululu anymore. It's 20,000 cedis. If it's rice, 40-foot container, you know what it is. Then that makes compliance very easy. And everybody will know there's no difference between when the importer ships the good and when it arrives. There will be no difference. Nobody will tell you the exchange rate has changed, so you have to pay more. We are putting it in cedis so that everybody will also respect our currency. Because the current situation is when I think about it, is very negative for our pricing. Because when people have to pay more duties anytime they bring in goods, it means they will put the prices onto the consumer. Isn't it? The consumer will have to pay more. And even when they are selling the good at those prices, they are thinking of, when I sell and I am going back, will I be able to afford then they'll put more price on it. So this import duty regime is negative for us. It's inflationary. It adds more and more to pricing. So I want to change it and move to a flat import duty regime for a business. The second reform I'm bringing, the second reform that I want to bring is that if you look at Lomé Port, Togo, you see that a lot of people are smuggling containers through Lomé because our duties are higher, isn't it? So they will take the good to Lomé, clear it, and then smuggle it into Ghana. So we don't get the duty, isn't it? So I am going to stop that. And what am I going to do? I'm coming up with a new policy, which is saying that Ghana's import duty cannot be higher than that in Lomé. It cannot be higher. Immediately we set the ceiling. It can be lower, but it cannot be higher. Immediately we set that ceiling, like the ghost disappeared, the smugglers will also disappear. Because there will be no incentive to smuggle, because ours will be lower or the same. So then you will have incentive to bring it through Tema. The small duty, we will also get some, and then we will get more predictability in our. So we want to realign. Our duties will not be higher than Togo. I also want to make the process of passport application very simple in Ghana. We are not utilizing our digitalization. When we were doing the Ghana card, I asked for the passport form. And when we looked at the passport form, I said, make sure all the questions on the passport form are also on the Ghana card. So basically, the information you are looking for on the passport form is also on the Ghana card. So if that is the case, then why go again to go through a whole long process of passport application if you have the Ghana card? So the new policy is, if you have a Ghana card, all you need to do is to pay the fee for the passport. You don't need to apply anew for a passport anymore. You just pay the fee and then show where the passport needs to be delivered, and it will be delivered, and we will move on. Another area where I want to really push, and we are starting now, but we want to really push, is digitalization of the land records, land titling in Ghana. Land is one major area where all of us suffer. I mean, especially you in the diaspora, you are not on the ground. You try to buy land and you are scammed. You don't know if the person actually owns the land. Most of the time they don't. And many people are scammed. Many people need land guards when they are building because the title is not clear. So we are going to move on and allow complete registration of all the lands, even the chiefs who have big tracts of land. Registration is a problem because paying the registration fee discourages registration. So we will waive the fee, allow them to register, and anytime they sell, we'll get our money from that. So we want everybody, the registration of all land will be a major piece of infrastructure for Ghana, because if you don't have genuine title, how do you develop a mortgage market? You can't develop a mortgage market in Ghana because the land title is not clear. And so we are going to digitalize the whole land registry, map the whole of the lands in Ghana, so that even if you are sitting in Canada and somebody offers you a land, get the coordinates, put it on your mobile phone, and you'll be able to tell who owns that particular piece of land and whether they are able to sell it to you or not. We are going to really make sure that our natural resources are maximized. You know, we are formalizing the small-scale mining sector. making sure that there is responsible mining, building a lot of community mining schemes, and helping them. I want to set up a minerals development bank that will help the mining sector. I believe that the indigenous mining sector can also grow to be large-scale miners and mine responsibly without having to go into water bodies to destroy our environment. We need to regulate them, and I think that that is the way that we are going to do. One major area that I want to also do, because we are very close, because we've done a lot of digitalization of the government agencies. We have 1,517 MMDAs. So far, we have digitalized and placed on the Ghana.gov platform, 1,507 of them, out of 1,517. Over 99% of our MMDAs are on the Ghana.gov platform. And now I want to make sure that we bring blockchain technology to help stop corruption in the public sector. Blockchain technology will make it very difficult for anybody to alter any records, and we will have the clear view in terms of the chain of transactions. So you can't go to the land registry and they will tell you your records are missing, or someone will steal the file or change the data. It will not happen. So we want to use blockchain technology. Dubai said that they wanted to be the first blockchain-powered government in the world. I also want Ghana to be the first blockchain-powered government in Africa. And we are going to move to do that and make sure that we do that. Tourism will be a major focus of mine, sports, the creative arts, pharmaceuticals, and of course, digitalization. I want our youth in Ghana to have digital skills. That's the only way we are going to break through. And Ghana is at the forefront, and we want to train 1 million youth in digital skills, in coding, in software development, software engineering. They don't really need to have gone to university or even polytechnics. They just need to be able to read and write, and we can teach them how to code, and they've got an affinity for it, and will do it. I also want to assure you, being a product of the diaspora, that I am going to push for the implementation of ROPA in Ghana when I become president. I'm really going to push it. I believe in that bill, and I want us to utilize the talents of all our citizens abroad, all of them. And they are very talented, and we want to use them. We want them to occupy all the positions that they can occupy. And I'm going to push for ROPA as your president. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the reasons. I'm not saying we have done everything. We are still facing challenges. You see challenges that we are facing recently on the exchange rate, recently on the power outages, but we are going to deal with all of these problems. I don't have any doubt in my mind. We see problems, we solve them. And so we are going to solve the challenges. But we have a vision. I have a vision for Ghana. I believe in possibilities. I want you to give me the chance to change this country, for us to work together. God bless you. Thank you very, very much.
I think we have to give this to him. Yeah, give it to him now. We have a few questions coming through.
you very much.